This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Okay, it's not always about, super expensive guitars. And Sterling, I've actually demoed one of their guitars before. I bought a JP150 and I was pretty impressed by that. Obviously a bit different to the sorts of guitar that I would normally play. But Sterling sent me an email. They said, would I like to do some work together? So I said, yeah, sure. With it in mind that maybe this might be a window to getting some chance to play some of the more expensive Music Man stuff as well, which I did have a Music Man Silhouette and I had a Music Man Sub 1 in my late teens. So this is of course an Indonesian made Sterling. Now this is you can see quite attractive charcoal frost. Now when I was a kid the Silhouette was the S-type Music Man and now it's the Cutlass, right? Let's get that out of the way. And so looking at it, that's quite an attractive, we've got a trem. 2-point trem, nice work on the fretboard. I mean, honestly, if you told me this was like an £800-900 guitar, looking at it, I'd probably be like, yeah, maybe. Let's plug it in. Especially now, right, like a full-on Ernie Ball Music Man is quite an expensive boy, right? Dare I say it, that to me is a very cool looking guitar, and actually playing it in my hands with holding it, it does feel, I think, pretty quality, more so than a classic vibe that I've played. This roasted looks really pretty, more so than quite a lot of things that I've played. We've got a truss rod adjustment here, locking tuners, HSS. I mean, that switch actually feels pretty good too. How does it sound? To me, that is not at all really what I'd expect at this kind of price. I would say that this guitar to me is impressing me more than the Fender Standard that I bought, also made in Indonesia, I think, and also more than that Ibanez AZ Standard that I played, which had stainless steel frets that felt a little bit rough. This has quite a feel that impresses me beyond the price. Right, how do I get this in there then? That's really pretty impressed. I am impressed with that, I've got to say. It is a sponsored video, but I wouldn't tell you that a guitar impressed me if it didn't. That, again, like I said, I bought that Fender Player 2 recently. I bought the Fender Standard recently. I think this is on par with them, as well as having these really cool sort of modern looks. I've got to say to you as well, to be honest, the price that the Music Man original stuff has got to, people have asked me to check out a Cutlass, but I've never really felt like it's the type of guitar that I would spend the kind of money that you have to actually, you know, do a review on the channel. But having actually played one, it's very much the cheaper end of the spectrum, but that's a really, really serious guitar for that kind of money. I would put that in a similar sort of bracket to a Fender Player, certainly to a Sire Larry Carlton. It's up there with a PRS Silver Sky SE. The price, I'll flash it up now, but that's an impressive guitar. I like that it's, you know, sort of S inspired but different. I've always really liked the Music Man headstock. Yeah, I don't know, I'm more impressed than I was ever expecting to be. It's lightweight as well. Something about this just feels super comfortable. It doesn't have the specs like a cheaper guitar that kind of give that thing away, like a pencil thin neck or something like that. It just feels, to me, like great. Good work from Sterling. That's made me think about maybe even Ernie Ball, like the full Cutlass model, in a kind of different light, because that is a pretty cool alternative to a Strat, I think. And I'd buy that over a Squire. I'd buy that over a Fender Standard. I think, yeah, what a great guitar, and what a great colour. It looks fantastic, I think. thank you to Sterling for letting me check this one out. But yeah, more impressed than I ever expected to be.